Uncle Larry, baby!
All right, so I pulled up to the grass this morning and there's bait popping. That being said, let's see what's going on. The only thing is we don't have a chatterbait. Not much visibility on this trap, but that's okay. After 2 casts, I already know I gotta go with my backup. Stock hooks and all. But look at that, pure white Bill Lewis, and they love white in here. So if I don't have a white chatterbait with me, let's see what a white trap does. It's good hydrilla though. Just, you need a chatterbait, that's the thing. And there's just shad popping everywhere back here. I know this spot's gonna have them. Remember what we discovered, when it's cloudy like this, they're out there. They're feeding in that grass. They're not necessarily up under all this mat, trying to get this quick frog bite. This might not be it today. They might not be tucked up in there right now. Saw a couple wild hogs this morning. That was cool. I haven't seen those yet down here. It was cool to see them from the boat, you know? There he is. How about that? Oh yeah, this is gonna be good. All right, first keeper. It's a nice solid one too. Yep, on the spinnerbait. They're post spawn out here eating shad. That's for sure. This is gonna be our area for a large portion of the day, I think. It's the best grass I've found on the whole reservoir. It's got the most consistent population of fish that I've found. And we know the big ones are here too. I also don't have like the big worms that I really want either. I got this one. It's not what I want. It's not an 8-inch gambler burner. It's the thinner version, more for, I would say, deep water fishing. That big fat burner is what you want shallow. More of a zoom speedworm profile. This is like a zoom old monster profile. Dude, the amount of, look at this, the shad blowing up. This is insane. This place is full of life today with the lack of the chatterbait. That was really gonna be my bread and butter, fish it all day. Hopefully not lose it. That was a bite. All right, bite number 2. Felt little. On the big worm right away. Up in this cut. I mean, this I would very much expect to catch one here. I got no casting control over this worm too. It's not fun to cast. Got him. Good one. Dang, I didn't know he was this good. That's a nice one. How about right off the bat on the big worm? He just took off and ran with it. Man. I think this definitely has the potential to be a good day. These Florida bass love to run straight at you after they pick a bait up. The thing about fishing down here is there's certain days where you pretty much gotta drop everything and go if you can. And I'm getting a little bit better at discerning what kind of days those are. Like, I know they sit in this grass and bite when it's cloudy. We've had some really hot and sunny days recently. Today it's 58 in the morning. You get this nice breeze. It's just textbook. And yeah, sometimes you gotta go. In Florida, sometimes you gotta go. Let's see if we can throw this frog into this giant busting pile of shad and get bit. Also, let's throw over here. I mean, the way that fish ate that worm, and the way the other one ate the spinnerbait, I think I gotta keep throwing that for a little bit. But when they're biting like this, it's also so quick in bass fishing to get spun out, because you look at, I mean, that's one way to get spun out. Look at that shit. That is insane. I mean, does that mean that there's bass there right now feeding? This is what I don't understand. Look at this. Just throwing the frog right through it. Nothing, nothing, nothing. I guess it's just shad coming up. And then sometimes they're getting busted on. Most of the big fish catching I did in New Jersey to just being out there, time on the water, knowing what weather patterns to go out, knowing, you know, okay, first weekend in November, sunny skies, 52, gotta be on the dam, throwing a blade bait. And not just on the dam, you gotta be between this sign and this sign. And I'm just starting to get into that bag down here with a few of the places I'm fishing. Particularly this reservoir. Well, this is not an easy place to fish. I hear from the locals all the time, and a big part of it's all this bait. There's freaking bait everywhere, you know, so it's almost way harder to get strikes from these bass sometimes. But this is the best time of year. We know a lot of the big ones are shallow, so I gotta make it happen. Just finished editing too. I really didn't think I was gonna go today. That's why I'm saying it's nice to know that I'm starting to pick up on the windows where I just have to go. I was up until 3:30 in the morning editing the Uncle Larry's first year in Florida video, which was an emotional roller coaster to say the least. Hope you all go check that out and enjoy it. Gators are being sneaky today, just poking their heads out. It's amazing how well they can blend into their environment and disappear. Look at that, that one's already gone. I mean, that's not hard to believe because it's super dingy water, but we were on the river the other day. Probably see where that little clump of duckweed is right there? That's where an 8-footer was sitting, and we just watched him back up, back off the laydown in gin clear water. And it, oh my God, I just got nailed. Yeah, he backed up in gin clear water and disappeared, evaporated into the tree that he was sitting on. I don't even know how to describe it. All right, second one on the spinnerbait. Freaking inhaled it. Yeah, I mean, this hydrilla is just so clumpy and good to work things through, but you know, not treble hook baits, obviously. That chatterbait is so king. Very much wish I had one. All right, well, next morning, day before we leave for the Classic, we have returned, and it's a very different day for a few reasons. Number one, there is not a single cloud. I mean, it's gonna be high pressure, let's just be honest. Number two, 9-9 decided she didn't want to kick over today. Very strange problems with the 9-9 all year. That's why I haven't been on the tracker as much as I would have liked in 2021, first year in Florida. But I suppose that's why you also have a trolling motor. So we're gonna press onward. Quest to get one more giant before the Classic begins now. I don't honestly know what's gonna happen today because it's just so high pressure compared to yesterday. And what I've found with the big ones in here, at least from my minimal experience, is that they do indeed like the clouds. But that being said, I really have no idea because I've been fishing in Florida for 12 months. Pretty used to the dinosaurs at this point. I mean, there's just an 8-footer hanging out. That's a big one, man. That's a freaking hoss. That will tell you they're very big in here, so that always gets interesting. Got him. What is this? Catfish? Ugh. Jesus. Big catfish. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm running the numbers up, running the species up, you feel me? Here we go. The wind is good. I need this with the sun. We at least got some wind. Got him. I don't know how big it is yet. Oh, it's big. It's big. It's big. Steady pressure. Still got him. Woo! There's a big boy. Skinny, so post spawn. It's gross looking, man. Ooh, look at that thing. That is the ugliest bass I've ever caught. Bring this fish back to life a little bit by leaving him in my live well, you know? Got him. Another good one. Oh my God. God, they're just nailing that chatterbait. Oh, at least that's a healthy looking one. Oh, I had to pull him out of so much grass. That Daiwa $50 inshore rod, I'm telling you, it's still been getting it done for me as a chatterbait setup. That's a better looking fish. Might as well throw him in here. Probably gonna give him whatever disease this other one has. Although he's starting to actually, he might be, oh Jesus. Yeah, I think he's getting some life back in him. Oh, do you see the difference now that the chatterbait makes? I mean, it's absurd. There's one sneaky little patch over there. It's where I caught the giant. It's where I lost the giant. It's where I've caught both today. You'll notice also I'm putting a white trailer on there. Not a white chatterbait, but white is so key in this place in my opinion, especially with this watercolor. Just from what I've found fishing it so far, that I'm going white trailer no matter what color chatterbait I happen to have. Got him! That's a big one! That's a big one! Yeah. What'd I tell you? I said chatterbait. Come on, man. No giant yet. We're working on it. There's something very special about that spot.